All right, so identifying functions. All right, there's a couple of rules here that we need to remember. So we'll make it like a statement. It is not, underline not, a function if, it is not a function if, number one, if the x coordinate repeats. I want you to underline x coordinate. The x coordinate repeats, only the x coordinate, okay? The y coordinate can repeat. The x coordinate cannot repeat, okay? So it's not a function if the x coordinate repeats. And the second one, if it fails the vertical line test. So those are two rules. It's not a function if x repeats or it fails the vertical line test. Okay. So I'm going to give you two scenarios here. So this first one is a function. So x, y. This is a function, okay? My x does not repeat. All my x coordinates are different, okay? And my y coordinate, it really doesn't matter as long as my x doesn't repeat, okay? This is a function, okay? This one is a function. This passes the function test. This is not a function because I have an x coordinate that repeats, okay? Not a function. I can give you a list of coordinates and say yes or no. You're just looking at those x values, okay, to see if they are or not, they are or are not a function. Here's what the vertical line test looks like. Just want to sketch a little graph here. This is our function, okay? The vertical line test. I'm going to draw a vertical line. So if I can just draw a vertical line anywhere, how many points on that graph does that vertical line touch? It touches right here. Does it touch more than 1 point? No, it just touches that 1 point. Okay, I can draw a vertical line anywhere. Draw another one. It only touches 1 point. It's only touching 1 point, which means this is a function. Okay, so the vertical line test is you draw a vertical line through the graph if it only touches one, and I want you to underline one point, it is a function. Okay, so here we drew a vertical line, touched 1 point. Tested it again, It only touched 1 point. That one is a function. Okay. What do you think it would be to make it not a function on a vertical line test? Touches more than 1 point. And just to be clear, we all know what a vertical line is, right? I don't want nobody drawing some scribbly line and say, well, I drew this line here and it touched a bunch of them points. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Let's look at a graph that is not a function. So let's say you get this graph. I do my vertical line test here. It touched here and here. It touches twice. This is not a function. Okay, touch twice, automatic. I don't have to draw any more lines to test it. Okay, so if I had a circle, would a circle be a function or not a function? You don't have to raise your hand. Not a function. Okay, a circle would touch in more than one spot. What about the graph x equals 4? That's a vertical line at 4. Is that a function or not a function? Ooh, it's tricky. Think about a vertical line. If I take my vertical line test, I draw it straight down that line. It's touching every point. That's definitely not a function. It's touching all of them. Okay? Because your vertical line is going to match up with your vertical line. All right? I promise you there's nothing more to this. X can't repeat. Or you can try the vertical line test, touches more than 1 point, not a function. I promise you there's no tricks to it. Okay? We good there? Nobody's confused? All right. The last part. Domain and range. Your domain, this is basically all x coordinates. It's all your x coordinates. Your range, what do you think range is? All the y coordinates. So if I had a bunch of points, we're just going to put 3 points up here. So if I was to take these points and list up my domain and range, whatever was in the x part would be my domain. Whatever was in the y part is going to be my range. Okay? And we'll look at it. We'll do an example so you guys can put some numbers to it. I'm going to put some random coordinates, some random points down here. -2, 7, -4, 8, and -6, 12. And we're going to list the domain and the range. The way your domain and range is listed, I don't know what you call them. I call them fancy parentheses. But it would look like this. So my domain would be -2, -4, -6. What's my range going to be? It's going to be all my y's. 7, 8, and 12. That's all.